One of the things that we do on this podcast is take the complex and make it really simple, really practical, really applicable for you guys. In this episode of the podcast, I'm going to lay out exactly how you can eat 90% of the time and see your body transform. It's simple, it's effective, and it will work for you. Tune in and take notes.
Welcome to the CrossFit Edwardsville Community Podcast, where we hear and learn from our coaches, CrossFitters, and Glen Ed community leaders. Now, here are your hosts, Dallas and Greg.
What is up, guys? I'm Coach G. I'm one of the coaching team here at CrossFit Edwardsville, and in this episode of the podcast, I'm going to tell you guys how you can eat 90% of the time in order to see your body transform and really your whole life transform. Because when your body is its leanest, its healthiest, its best self, it's not just the physical transformation. It's how you feel about yourself. It's about your mental clarity, your mental focus, your ability to concentrate, have good energy to go out there and live your best life, to think at your best, live at your best, perform at your best, feel your best. All these things are the outcomes of a diet that supports you in your goals. And I hope that you take the notes from your podcast, this podcast here, and actually put these things into action, because it absolutely works. It's worked for thousands of people that we've worked with here at CrossFit Edwardsville. It'll work for you as well. As we go into this, we're going to structure and lay out this daily meal plan, quote unquote, as a breakfast, lunch, dinner arrangement. And we'll have certain goals that will encourage you to target as you go from meal to meal. That said, we have plenty of people that have succeeded with alternative plans, intermittent fasting as well. But for the interest of simplicity, for this podcast, we'll talk about it as a breakfast, lunch, dinner structure. Let's get into breakfast first. A good goal, by the way, at every single one of these meals is to intake 30 to 50 grams of protein as the first piece of the puzzle. And if you do that, it's going to help give you the muscle that you need to look how you want to look with the lean muscle, well-defined muscle, and high-performing functional muscle as well. So with breakfast, start with anywhere from 3 to 6 eggs. Enjoy those, make them however is delicious for you. Then after filling your plate with eggs, enjoy that, consume that, and then go into the second course of your meal, which is any vegetable of your choosing. I happen to love green beans, and so I have that as my second course. And with the eggs, I also put a salsa vegetable puree onto the eggs, and that gives me additional vegetable kick. And also, I enjoy the dance of the warm of the eggs with the cold of the salsa. So I'm getting all the protein that I need with the eggs. I'm getting all the vegetables I need, the salsa and the green beans. Finish breakfast with some small piece of fruit as dessert. That is breakfast. Fast forward to your lunch. Enjoy a plate full of any variation of chicken that's enjoyable to you, or any variation of fish that's enjoyable to you. Full plate, load it up, enjoy that. Then go to your second course of the meal, which is any vegetables of your choosing. I happen to be a super big fan of broccoli with a mustard on it. You can make it any vegetables that you like. It could be a steamed this or a roasted that, Brussels sprouts, asparagus, whatever. Just bias to having something green in the mix. Load up that second plate full of vegetables, enjoy that, and that is your lunch. Then we get to dinner. Have any red meat of your choosing. It's a great source of protein, great source of creatine naturally as well. So enjoy that full plate full of your choice of red meat or otherwise. And that's your first course of dinner. Second course of dinner, load up that plate once again with all the vegetables that you like and enjoy that. And by the way, anytime we're talking vegetables, whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, season those vegetables in any kind of way that's enjoyable to you. Maybe adding some variation of salt or some kind of spices, some kind of herbs, some kind of seasoning, hot sauce. I'm a big fan of hot sauce. Load up your favorite seasonings onto this. Make it delicious. Make it flavorful. Make it varied in a way that's interesting to you. Then, after that second course with dinner, have one last dessert, any piece of fruit that you like, as a way of having a sweet finisher to the meal. And bam, just like that, you've got a full day where you probably hit the protein target that you need to maintain good muscle. You've got the vegetable intake that you need to have great energy. And you probably have the dietary fat that you need built right into the mix somewhere in there. If you have like whole eggs, for example, or you have a red meat that has some dietary fat built in, you're hitting all the macros that you need. Most importantly, you're fueling your body for proper transformation. You're fueling your body for its best performance. You're fueling not just your body, but your life. You're fueling yourself in a way that promotes high-level performance cognitively, physically, psychologically, emotionally. You're giving yourself healthy foods, whole foods, real foods that help you to go out and be your best self and live your best life, and we hope that you do. So, again, to recap, your breakfast, lunch, and dinner structure went through here with a goal of 30 to 50 grams of protein per meal. Some people need less, some need more, depends on the person, but it all is, this general algorithm will get you there. If you need more guidance, you can learn about us, our coaching staff, what we do on the socials. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, at CrossFit Edwardsville and the YouTubes. You can also find us at CrossFitEdwardsville.com, where you can book a no-sweat conversation with a coach here. It's free. Talk to a coach about your goals and how to get there. For now, we thank you for the gift of your time and your attention. Hopefully you guys got something out of this podcast. If you did, feel free to share it with friends. Comment below. We'd love to start a conversation with you. Get your thoughts on this podcast. And guys, it's been great here. We'll see you guys in the next episode of the podcast.